Today, I want to talk about how much money do you need when moving back to India. Hi everyone, this is Avinash here, and I moved back to India after living in US for 20 years. At Desi Return, we want to provide information and captivating stories so that you can make an informed decision about staying abroad or moving to India. Let's get started. Thinking about moving to India? Wondering how much money you will need to sustain the lifestyle? That's a great question. The amount of money you need depends on several factors. First, expenses, the lifestyle that you want to maintain, city where you want to live in. Second, age and family situation. How old are you at the time of the move? And also the family. Is it a young family with kids or are you retired? Third, your career plans. Are you planning to retire or work in a less stressful work environment or continue with your career progression? In addition to these, there are other factors such as your risk appetite for investments, how healthy you are, and so on. So, in this video, I will walk you through this complex question in a systematic way. Cost of living in India, savings that's required for different situations, and guide you to come up with a number that's appropriate for you. Let's dive in. Cost of living in India. Your cost of living in India depends on your lifestyle, family size, and the city or the place where you live in. I want to walk through this framework to get a ballpark number by covering the major categories for expenses, which can help you with your number that can help you with your planning. I will walk through an example of a family with two adults and two school-going kids, breaking down with major categories and the typical cost range per month. If your situation is different, you are single, you don't have kids or one kid, or you have a paid off house, please make those adjustments accordingly as I walk through this framework. Let's look at the cost breakdown. First, housing. This includes your rent as well as maintenance that you have to pay. And the range is anywhere between 20,000 to 2 lakhs per month. I know it's a huge range. It depends on where you live. If you're in a tier 3 city or a metro, the kind of a lifestyle that you want to maintain. In metro, when you're looking for a luxurious house, yes, the rents are very high and 2 lakhs per month and above also. Next, school fees. This includes fees, transportation, books, etc. So the breakdown here is for two kids. It can vary anywhere between 20,000 to 1,50,000 per month. Yes, based on the board, based on the school, based on the place, this number varies quite a lot. So typically, it is around 1 lakh per year per kid to anywhere between 7 to 8 lakhs or even higher for certain boards in certain metros. So that's the range that you need to plan for school fees. Next, groceries. It can vary anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 depending on your particular situation. Utilities, this includes electricity, gas, water, internet, cable, subscriptions, and much more. So the range is anywhere between 5,000 to 15,000 rupees. Domestic help, this could include a full-time house help or a driver, and the range is anywhere from 4,000 to 30,000. If you have a full-time driver or a house help, it is anywhere on the higher end, which is around 30,000. Kids activities for two kids, and the range is anywhere between 10 to 30,000. If you have three kids activities, they cost range anywhere between 3 to 4,000. So for two kids, you're looking anywhere between 18 to 24,000. So depending on the activity, depending on the number of activities, it could change. So it's anywhere between 10 to 30,000. Food and entertainment. How often do you eat out? What kind of restaurants do you go in? Again, the range is anywhere between 5 to 15,000. Shopping, grooming, your personal grooming, massages, etc. It can vary anywhere between 3 to 15,000 rupees. Travel. This is a big variable. How often do you travel, international or domestic, mode of transportation, and so on. And the range is anywhere between 5 to 20,000. Please adjust based on your own personal situation. Car, fuel, maintenance, insurance. This is anywhere between 8 to 20,000. And if you have EMI, please add on to that. Health insurance, 1 to 5,000. Again, if you're employed, typically the health insurance is provided by the employer. If not, if you're healthy, it can be anywhere between 4 to 5,000. If you're old, it could be higher. So please factor that in. Medical expenses, 1 to 5,000. And then finally, miscellaneous, 2 to 10,000. Again, adjust the medical expenses depending on your health situation and other categories accordingly. So overall, for a total monthly cost, you're looking anywhere between 92,000 to 5,45,000. As you can see, the cost of living in India varies widely, such a huge range. It's almost like 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. The biggest expenses are housing and school education, and that's the biggest variable. If you remove that, you're looking anywhere between 50,000 to 1.5 lakh as the expenses. So the lower end, which is 92,000 per month, provides a comfortable lifestyle in India. On the higher end, which is around 5.5 lakhs, provides a luxurious life in metro. And this is not unrealistic. The expenses are high, so please factor that in, when you're planning. I personally think a realistic budget for people who are moving from abroad to India in a metro city would be anywhere between 1.5 to 2 lakhs range if you're balancing quality with some savings. So I hope this framework can help you to go through this high level major categories, and depending on your personal situation, you can come up with your monthly expense. So before we go into the next section, let's assume that your monthly expense is 2 lakhs per month, and how much corpus do you need to sustain the lifestyle when moving back? First, take a situation where you're planning to work, continue to do the career progression, and so on. So in this case, it's always a good idea to have some emergency funds, which is typically your 1 to 2 years of your expenses. So for 2 lakhs per month, we are looking anywhere between 24 to 48 lakhs as an emergency fund. And then there is something called like a setup cost, which something when you're moving from one place to the other place, setting up everything. So let's assume it's about 20 to 50 lakhs. So you're looking anywhere between 50 lakhs to 1 crore of financial security that you need when moving back to India and you're continuing to work. If you have income source, investments, or business, you don't need that massive corpus amount that we talked about. Now let's take a different situation. Let's assume that you don't want to work anymore and want a complete financial independence. How much do you need to retire early and sustain a 2 lakhs per month lifestyle in India? I want to walk through this with this framework, depending on your retirement age and how long you will have in your retirement age, the corpus amount that's required based on, that will continue to your retirement, and or it would need to maintain the value in the real terms. As you can see on the screen, this assumes that your portfolio is invested into equity, fixed income assets for stability, and the growth is higher than the inflation. As you know, the inflation in India is higher. So definitely take that into consideration in terms of your portfolio and make sure that it can sustain. So in this, let's take an example. If someone is retiring at age 40 and their monthly expenses is 2 lakhs. So the corpus that's required if you want to retire at 40 and not planning to work, you're looking anywhere between 50x of that. So it's 2 lakhs per month into 12, which is 24 lakhs into 50, all the way till 65. So the range is anywhere between 12 to 15.5 your corpus that you need. If you are at age 60, you might have house paid off. You don't need any expenses for kids' education. So let's say your annual expense is 12 lakhs, which is 1 lakh per month for your monthly expense. In that case, the corpus amount that you're looking at is 12 lakhs times 35 to 70 of that. So the corpus amount is anywhere between 4 to 8.5 CR. So again, depending on your risk appetite, depending on your investment portfolio, this number can change, but hope this framework can help you to come up with a number in terms of what's required if you want to retire early. But wait, you can reduce this required amount. Here is how. First, passive income. If you have a rental income or dividends covering 50K per month, for example, your corpus amount can come down by 3 to 4 CR. Second, reducing expenses over time. Once the kid's education is done or home loan EMI is completed, expenses drop, reducing the required corpus. So you can factor that in. At age 40, your annual expense might be this, but at age 50, 55, the annual expense could be different. So you can evaluate that. Healthcare planning, maybe you can set aside a particular amount, let's say 2 crores for your healthcare needs. That also brings down your corpus amount required for the retirement. I would say, so for a stress-free early retirement at age 40 with a monthly expense of 2 lakhs per month, aim for 12 to 15 CR. And if you have a passive income, it can be lower. We kind of looked at two drastic situations, where you're continuing to work, where you want to retire completely. But let's assume you want to continue to work with a less stress-free. I would suggest, I think when you're moving back to India, it's good to have a debt-free home, some corpus for the kids' education, and some corpus for your health. So depending on the house that you want to purchase or the house that you want to live in, and having some corpus for your kids and healthcare, I think that would be a good amount of savings that you should aim for when you are returning to India. I think this would provide flexibility with living expenses and also give you like a stress-free work environment, lifestyle that if you want to choose. Okay, let's summarize. If still working, having a 50 lakhs to 1 crore in savings would help to have a financial security at the time of move. If you're aiming for a financial independence with a 2 lakh per month lifestyle, you need about 12 to 15 crores if you're retiring at age 40, and you can make the calculations at different age as we provided before. Factor in inflation, healthcare costs. If you have passive income sources and investment growth, the corpus amount can change. I hope this video helped you to understand how much money you need when moving to India, especially in the cost of living, how to calculate the corpus that you need when moving to India. If you found this useful, hit the like button, subscribe for more insights, and join our WhatsApp community to connect with others on the same journey. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, how much you think is needed to move comfortably. Let's discuss. Thanks.